I have this Bullnose plane. It's a record. It needs restoring. I'm not going to go crazy with it. I'm just going to clean it up so it's usable. It's the 077A. The A stands for the nose piece being detachable. It's still got its two shims, two different size shims, and this is so you can adjust the size of the mouth, or take the nose piece off completely and you've got yourself a chisel plane. So the 077 is the one with the fixed nose piece, which is the same as the little Preston one I've got, which is that. They're both the same size. The record one's a little bit heavier, but they take the same blade. So it does have a couple of problems with it. There's a little nick there in the mouth, which is annoying, but there's not much you can do about that. And the blade is worn out. So even if you screw it right down, it still doesn't reach the end. So they must have taken that out, moved it forward to push it down as far as they could go so you get much wear out of that blade as possible. So I've ordered a new blade, so when that turns up I'll put that in. They are thicker than these, I think, so it should fit. They do say they'll fit. Occasionally they don't, but we'll have to see. The new blades you can get will fit the Preston as well as the record, because they are the same size, except on the Preston they're a little bit narrower on that slot. That's a little bit wider than the Preston one, so there'll probably be a lot more backlash if you put the new one on the Preston than there will on this one. I'll just have to see what it's like when it turns up. But my Preston one's okay, so that doesn't really matter. But like I say, you can get blades for both of them. I also have this record shoulder plane, which I bought brand new nearly 40 years ago now. It cost me £75, which was about a week's wages at the time, so it's quite expensive. It's well made. It's got an adjustable mouth on it, so there's a little screw on the end there, so that just slides back in two. And they did make a thinner version, and Lee Nielsen make them as well. They did a copy of this and the thinner one. So let's get on with this one. I'm just going to see if this actually comes out. It's a bit small. There's one shim. And there's the other. I think it's a 1 mil and a half a mil. Yeah, 1 mil, half mil. So that's to be replaced, and these all want cleaning up. Right, I'm going to see if I can clean these shims up first, just on a little bit of, what is that, 320. I'm just doing this one with a diamond stone. it's working better than the abrasive paper. It's not going to get it that clean, but it'll be a lot better. That'll do. It feels smoother, so that's fine. I'll put some oil on it so it doesn't rust again. Do this one as well on here. I'll try with the brass one first. There's not much left of that. I could do with a new one of those. I'll just try and clean this handle up a bit. I may need to use one of these steel ones. So the blade's turned up. It is a lot thicker. Where's that? That's 3 mil. That's 2, so it is a millimetre thicker. I assume these are sharpened. Yeah. Will it fit? It fits in there nicely. It's a little bit too thick. See if I can screw that in a bit deeper. No. And it's not touching at the tip either. There should be a gap there at the back of the shoe, so it pushes at the tip, but that's not going in even when that's screwed right down. Right, there is a way to get it in. Put this in and then slide the blade back. Then this can go on. And that shoe just fits flush with it. That's okay, it works. The blade's quite a lot wider. I know it should be wider than the sole, but it's wider than I'd have thought it should be. But it fits. I've got a blade that works, so I can clean it all up now, the rest of it. The only problem is when you want to sharpen the blade, you've got to go through that rigmarole of taking this off, sliding that forward so that the shoe will come out so you can get the blade out. I'm going to probably file a bit off there, give us a bit more space. I could take some off that as well. I don't like messing with things like that, but it's what you've got to do to get the thing to fit. Let's see if it fits the Preston. Oh, only just. It's a better width as well. The Preston one must be slightly wider. Yeah, it is. So it's a better fit for this one. It goes in, it's the right width. It's perfect for that. Except the adjuster, there's a lot of backlash on that because that's smaller than the record one. So that's a lot wider and that's smaller. This fits it perfectly. That doesn't, it's got all that backlash, which I never like in planes. A lot of new ones, they've got loads of backlash on them. It's snug in there as well. So there's no lateral movement on that. You can't tweak it a little bit if it's slightly out of square. So is it in this one? Yeah, a little bit of movement, that's fine. You can see that fits perfectly. A little bit of backlash, but not much. Half a turn. Right, so I'm going to file some off this and see if that works before I do anything to that, because I want to leave that really. That won't screw any tighter. That's right down, that's bottomed out there. Unless I file a bit off that, which that means hopefully that will go in a bit deeper. I'll have to measure it first. So if that goes in a little bit deeper, take a little bit off there, be able to take the blade in and out without going through all that rigmarole. But I still need to clean it up. And if we look at the big shoulder plane, there's loads of room there for a thicker blade. Of course this is only 2mm, so if I've got a thicker one for that, if I've got a new blade for that, that'll be alright. But this one, there's not much in it. So the foot sits nicely, a little bit of space at the back, so it's pushing on the toe. I need to get this in as well. It's still not going in. So that hole is a lot deeper than that. So if I file a bit off the tip of there, that should go in a bit deeper, as long as it's threaded all the way, which it looks like it is. It's closer, it's getting there. So maybe a bit more off there, a bit more off this. Oh, there we go. That works. I might stone the sides down, make them a little bit thinner. But apart from that, that now is okay. So I'll clean a bit more off that, put it together, and sand down the body a little bit. So the blade's definitely too wide, so I need to take some off the sides. Right, the blade is too wide. It's actually 29mm, and the original one is just over 28. And the body is just under 28. It's about 1/2 mil bigger, it should be. So I'm going to take some off the sides of that. And also, it's not square by quite a bit. You can see that. So I'll square this up, skim the sides, and also It's a little bit wider there. It makes it hard to get in and out. It's too tight. It's not too bad. I might just clean the sides up a little bit, just run them over the stone, and then I'll sharpen it, and then that'll be it. Because that's as clean as I'm going to get it now. That's fine. It's usable. So it's the same width now as the original, and it's square, nice and sharp. It's about right, that now. Sticks out the sides just a little bit. Just a shame about that little chip there. But now it's a good usable plane. So that's it. Works nicely. It's a good blade. It's better when they're thicker. I might actually get another one for the Preston. So they will fit the 07, the 077, the 077A, the 311, which is the same as this, but you get an extra piece to turn it into a shoulder plane as well. So it's a 3-in-1. This is like a 2-in-1. And the Preston one, which is that. So they will fit them all. It does say, if you haven't got enough clearance, they may not fit. And I did measure it, and it didn't look like it was going to fit, but there were ways around it. So worst case, you can actually get them to fit, even if there isn't much space.